Now, what I want people to know is that now I'm out here and I'm trying to save lives. I'm trying to save lives now. And we got this thing going on with this, I don't know if anybody there familiar with Wes Moore. My man Wes Moore, he got a book out called The Other Wes Moore. And he's the CEO of New York, Robin Hood, New York. And what we doing is, they got an HBO movie coming out that's gonna be dealing with the relationship between the two Wes Moores in the book, The Other Wes Moore. Both of them from Baltimore. One is in prison and got life in prison, which used to be my cell buddy. He got life in prison, and he's under the felony murder law. So if you're not familiar with the felony murder law is that law where if you ever seen Juice and you went in and you go in and do something, and your man, he got another plan in his mind, and you committed that murder. Now everybody under the felony murder law, everybody gets their body, everybody gets life, even though you didn't go in there and plan that. And I'm not saying that's what the case is with Wes, but that's what happened to Wes. You dig what I'm saying? And my man Wes, they came together, they wrote a book. The book is called Other Wes Moore, and what the book is about two guys with the same name from the same city, and they live in two different lives. One went to Harvard, studied under Condoleezza Rice, went to the military, was on Oprah, was a good friend of Oprah Winfrey. The other one ended up in prison with life, street life. And I ask kids this every day, man. Do you think the streets are an illusion? Because the stuff that I talk about, when I'm talking to kids, I let them know that, you know, a lot of things that we are taught are habitual. That means that it was taught down to us. That means the people that before us, they might not knew what was going on or what was taught to them, but they just gave it to us. And I tell people all the time when they ask me questions like, you know, your brother, you know, he was in the streets heavy. Do you think he led you wrong? I tell people every day, like, look, my brother gave me what he had to give for me to survive, and I love him for it. Even though it might have been wrong, but at that time in my life, he gave me what I needed. Now, would I give that to my kids? No, I wouldn't. It's not about that. I teach my kids totally different, because I know the errors of my ways and the wrongs that I have committed in my life.
I got a question for you, good brother. Now, if you could go back and change anything and do it over again, would you, or would you just keep it where it is?
I think that sometimes I think in my life, I think if I can go back to a certain point, I could change it, but I wouldn't be here talking to you. You dig? So everything, I tell people this all the time, you're at where you're supposed to be right now in your life.
Yeah. And see that, and the reason why I threw that out there, and you gave the answer that I wanted to hear, because of course we can all go back and change some things, you know, change some people, some relationships, some marriages, whatever. You're like, man, if I could go back, if I know what I knew, you know, we always hear, if I knew what I knew, know what I know now, back then, I would have changed things a little bit different. But at the same time, where you are, where you're somewhere where a lot of people are not blessed or fortunate to be, you have a second chance,
right?
You know, and you have a second chance to right a lot of wrongs. And you know, when you talked about what you hand down to your kids, you wouldn't hand that down to your kids. But what you can hand down to them is the knowledge that you got.
That's right.
And those lessons that you learned.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So because of that, if you had not gone through what you had went through, you wouldn't have that to give to them.
That's right.
So that's why I say what you going through, what you went through, and the life that you lived, it was meant to be.
That's right.
And everything was, and the culmination right here where we are, is the reason why we're here now. And I want to talk just real briefly. We'll go to another break. Go to a couple more songs, but just real quick, going into those songs. Because you spent a lot of time in Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whole lot
of time. And we talked briefly, you know, beforehand. Talk about how you was out in the Midwest? What was it, Nebraska?
I was on Omaha, Nebraska. I bought a nightclub from Suge Knight's on.
Yeah, talk about that real quick.
I think I was around about 23, 24 years old. Got connected with Mike Bryan. If you from Eastern Shore or especially Cambridge, everybody knew who Mike Bryan is. I got out there, bought a club, you know.
How much was the club?
300 grand.
300 grand. So how old were you at the time?
23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
And you bought a club for 300 grand. So you was putting in some work.
Yeah, I was putting in work.
Oh man, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, and I get out. It's funny. It's funny because I tell people this all the time. I went out there first class on the plane. I came back on the Greyhound.
Wow.
I mean, I was flying cats out there. I was doing everything possible, but you know, I didn't know nothing about running a business. You know, I didn't know the ups and downs. I didn't know what the overhead was. I didn't know how to buy liquor. I didn't know that I had to have a liquor license in my name. I'm buying liquor from Walmart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you didn't know about the wholesale and all. You just know how to get money.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I knew how to do. You know. Then I brought a few cats from Cambridge out there. My man LP, he was out there with me. My little man Muff, rest in peace. He was out there with me. You know. I was just flying cats out, and you know, we was just having a good time. We was out there drinking, popping champagne. I'm a youngin'.
Yeah.
You know, I was just living life.
Enjoying the life, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we're gonna do a couple songs. We're gonna finish about that and talk about that trip back on the Greyhound. You know what I mean? That's the cat. That's the part that people don't want.
I was trying to get it together, Donni-Oh. I'm telling you, bro. I didn't know what I was gonna do when I got back to Baltimore.
I feel you, baby. I feel you. We're gonna talk about that. It's Yours Radio Live 97.5. Donni-Oh, J Mo. We got Jahan, man. Got some knowledge, man. He's dropping some jewels, man. So keep it locked, man. Listen up. Live 97.5, everything urban. Donni-Oh, J Mo.
Yeah, man, we got one of them official OGs in here, man.
Oh, no question about it.
Man, that's my man from way back. We used to get it together, bro.
Oh, just right, Mo.
If we had to pull it, we pulled it. You know what I'm saying? We was official with it, though. Wasn't no faking. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
It's official OG right here. We got him.
No doubt. Big Jahan, man, in the building. Hey, again, we was talking about that trip back from the Midwest, from Nebraska, man. Talk about that, man.
It's a lonely trip. Me and Muff on the bus, man. That joke was about, I want to say about 12 hours, something like that.
Wow.
And all I could think about was, man, when I get back to Baltimore, man, what I'm going to do?
Right. So you
saying?
flew out, what? How long was the flight?
The flight wasn't long. I can't even remember. This was back in 2001, so the flight wasn't long. It wasn't long.
About 2.5, 3 hours.
Probably about that.
Yeah.
I want to say something like that.
Yeah. So I'm saying all that to say, you know, the flight out, quick, love, getting it, and then you come back, long drive back, like you said.
You could think about, because you know I had houses too.
Word.
So I come back, you know, and you know, mortgages is not being paid and stuff like that. So it's now like, yo, what you gonna do? You know, what you gonna do? You gotta figure something out.
Yeah. So what you do?
I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? I figured it out. Right. So, you know, I made some moves, made some calls. You know, I got some cats now in Miami. You know, they like, what up, Ant? And all them cats is listening right now. Made some phone calls, and you know, people came through for me. You know, because one thing about me, my word is good. So anybody who knows me, they gonna say, yo, he's a man. You know what I'm saying? And his word is always official. So whenever your word is good, you can get anything in this world. And you don't even need money, because your connections will take care of you.
True indeed. Now, fast forward. Well, actually, how long you was in the joint?
I was in the prison for like 11 years. I just came home last year.
Right.
2016. I came home last year. You know, I was started off in North Branch. I don't even want to tell you how much time I had, because you're gonna say, "Hey,
Go ahead, spill it, bro."
Tell them, somebody need to hear that, man. Tell them.
I had a lot of time. I was up North Branch. So if anybody know anything about North Branch, you know that you doing either life or super number. Wow. So yeah, I started up by North Branch. You know, they ended up out back. Went out back for a while. you know, started working on myself. And that was the main thing. I started working on myself. You know, and the brother asked me one day, like, what you want to do with your life? You know, and I was like, I want to change. You know what I'm saying? He's like, but you can't change the way you operate now, because you know I'm fresh off the streets and I'm still acting like I'm a knucklehead. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, you gonna have to start, you know, take some of these classes and, you know, do this and do that. And, you know, they started putting what they call a map. In prison, what they call a map, but the system gives you a map. The brothers gave me a map. They gave me a map. So they was like, look, go and take this group. Go into this group and take this group. And once I start going into these groups, the groups, what they did, they started peeling off layers on me. So now I had to really face myself and who I was as a man.
Is this through the nation?
No.
Okay.
No. When I say brothers, don't get me wrong. I'm Muslim. And when I say brothers, not just my Muslim brothers, but any brother that I came in contact with, man, that wanted the best for me.
Gotcha.
You know? And you know, at times when you at war with yourself, because that's the biggest thing about change. The biggest thing, you got to fight yourself over that change that you say you want. You know? And it's hard, because people going to test that change. You know? People not gonna understand that, you know, you Jahan from the streets and you such and such and you do this, that, and the third. They're not looking at that. They're looking at you in AVP. You talking soft now.
Right.
You know, you saying excuse me.
Right.
You know, you doing all those things.
It's
you
not
know.
who we knew.
Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So people gonna test that change, and then the hardest thing about that change is that you gotta remember, like, dog, you're not changing for them. You change for yourself. You know, you change for your kids. Because the hardest thing I had to do, man, and I always tell people this, man, the hardest thing I had to do was I had to hear my kids cry on the phone about me not being there. You know? And that's like one of the hardest things I had to live with in my life. I had to face the fact that I abandoned my children. And that's real talk. I'm telling you, real. That's regardless of what I say I was doing in the streets. Regardless of anything, I could have made a better decision, so I could have been there for my kids on an all-around basis instead of talking to them on a phone, on a cell phone in prison.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I hear that a lot from the brothers, man. That's one of the things that they wish they could. We were talking about earlier about if you could change anything. I hear brothers say that's the thing, that time that they lost from their kids, because you can't get that time back. You can't get that back.
Yeah. You can't get that back, man.
And
I appreciate their mothers, man. I appreciate their mothers for being the soldiers and being the women that they are, and they held it down. And I ain't got nothing but love for them, love and respect.
Word. So now let's fast forward to the HBO documentary, Casey Lemon. Who she is and how y'all got connected and how you got involved with the HBO documentary that's forthcoming.
I got my cell buddy is Westmore, the other Westmore. He one of my Muslim brothers. You know what I'm saying? When I first came to prison out back, me and West, we connected just like this. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people you just connect with.
Yeah, you get a
you know
automatic
what I'm saying?
vibe.
So me and West, we connected. You know, we chopped it up. We talked about our lives and stuff like that. And our story is the same. It's just I'm from Cambridge and he's from Baltimore. But you know, he had an older brother. His older brother was a monster. You know what I'm saying? Just like mine. You dig what I'm saying? So his older brother was the head. Because when you a sibling. All right, let me say this. When you coming up in a family like that, usually the older sibling is the father in the house.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's how it was for us. You know, my brother, even though I had a adult in the house, you know what I'm saying, my stepfather, Raymond Wilson. What up, Raymond? My brother was still the father because me and him had the same father, and he looked at me as like, you mine. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So wherever I go, you go. Whatever I do, you gonna do. You know? So me and Wes, I met Wes out back, and we chopped it up. You know, we became real good friends. You know, we was in the music club. They got a music club in the annex. They got a music club. So we was in the music clubs. Somebody like, yo, come up there and check out your man West rap, he's a beast, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. So I go up there, he's a monster.
Alright.
I said, okay. I said, you working with something. So then somebody happened to tell him, he's like, yo, you know your man's, because you know, you got people from all over in there. You know your man's did a joint with Jay-Z, right? So I was like, so he asked me about it. I was like, man, yeah, when I was little.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even really, you know, I was like, when I was little. So he was like, man, you know, what else you do? So I told him I went to school. I went, because even though I was in the streets, I still paid for myself to go to college. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Sheffield Institute of Recording Arts. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I was doing music. You know what I'm saying? I was running around with Mo. Doing music.
Right.
People don't know that. Me and Mo was running around doing music in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And all over.
Long time, bro.
Long time.
I mean,
running around.
Real talk, right? He one of the brothers that first really knew my plan. You know what I mean? We was doing warehouse work.
Yup.
We was working in the warehouse, right? And I used to tell we driving forklift down here. This joint, bro. I said, I'm going in this, I'm gonna get in that game, bro. One way or another. You know what I mean? I said, I'm out one game. Now I'm on to another game. I'm pulling up to the joint every day down here, fresh Benz. You know what I mean?
So was this
making $10 an hour?
So was this after you had the store?
Yeah, afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, so
well, actually, you know what? Doing right around the same time frame a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I did the store, and then, like I said, we was working in the warehouse, me and him together, because you know I had to freshen things up. You know what I mean? The streets couldn't work no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm coming to the gig every day, me and I. You know what I mean? We pulling up harder than the supervisors run the spot.
Right.
He pulling up fresh Durango. I'm pulling up in a brand new Benz every day.
Right.
They're like, what this dude do? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm $10 an hour at this point. You know what I mean? So they already know something ain't right.
This don't add up.
Yeah, something ain't right. You know what I mean? So we getting it. So we flip to the store. You know what I mean? We flip into the store. I tell Jahan, look, I'm getting ready to get out of this game. I'm gonna try this music game. I'm gonna get my hand in here one way or another. You know what I mean? Just like that. So I started pursuing different labels. You know what I mean? I said, I gotta get one of these big labels though. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, we was rapping. I said, yo, I got the call from Sony Music. I'm out of here, bro. And that's how it went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how it went. Yeah.
And as they say, the rest is history.
Yeah, we was in there plotting and planning every day, me and him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know?
Still in the streets.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
He's still getting it.
So you're still getting it. So were you still at the warehouse or did you bounce too?
Yeah. It was all. It was the wrong way. So we was trying to clean things up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had to get out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? So what better route to take? Go get a job. You know?
Yeah, no doubt.
That was it. It was $10 an hour, but guess what? It kept you out of the streets all day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm definitely on that job tip now. You can believe
that. My man, for sure. So getting back to the HBO situation, and you have a song that's going to be in the film, right, and on the soundtrack.
Well, the song is written in the script.
It's written in the script.
Yeah, it's written in the script. Yeah, the song's written in the script. It's going to be actually in the movie because they wrote it in the script, and it's song's going to be in the movie. Yeah.
Word. So, give us a little background on the song.
The song is called "In Their Eyes," and it's about. I was asked a question, you know, why the kids acting the way they act, and do you think is any help for these children nowadays? Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And I was telling them, I was like, well, look, if you can't relate to them, you know what I'm saying? How can you speak against them? How are you gonna help them if you don't know where they come from? So that's what In Their Eyes is a story about, you know, my life, West life, where we come from, and telling the youngins like, look, this is what we did, this is how we grew up. Do you really think this what you want to do? And it's also for people who out there who doesn't know what y'all been through, it's the chance for them to understand that, look, listen to this song. This is how we came up. Cause when I say that I live gangster from the gut, and they call me a G. You know what I'm saying? I say that because, you know, that whole verse is about how my brother raised me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be tough. Don't let nobody punk you. know nothing. That whole verse is about how my brother raised me, how Cambridge raised me, how Baltimore City raised me, all of that, man, all of that.
So, what's the name? Is there a title for the documentary yet?
No. It's an HBO movie. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, the documentary that I got called on is they doing a documentary on Dennis Wise.
Right. Okay.
They're working on that right now.
I'm bridging it too.
Yeah. They're working on a documentary with Dennis Wise right now. So anybody that's in the prison system, or especially from Baltimore City, you know who Dennis Wise is. You know who Dennis Wise. He's official.
Yeah, indeed. So, and you said that movie will probably like sometime next year.
Probably about a year or so. About a year.
Okay. Well, once you get the release date and time frame on that, we gotta bring you back on.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Let the people know when to check for that for sure. ItzYours Radio Live 97.5, everything urban. Donni-Oh, J-Mo.
Man, fresh track. And everything on that's official. There ain't no fake rap.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
not at all.
They're official on that joint. I can tell you for sure, man.
That's real life.
No doubt,
right there,
man.
for
You
sure.
know, and this my man. Like I said, man, when he first touched down, man, he hollered at me and a couple other homeboys we had from around the way. They was working for me at the time. You know what I'm saying? And we rapped about that. And, just a couple of them. He put on for real. You know what I'm saying? I put him on because of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they couldn't get right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's it. Because business. One thing I like about him, he understands business is business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we did much business together. Besides, you know what I mean? The business we doing now. He put me on the phone with Westmore and I rap with him. So everything official, he say. And that's the way, like you said, his word always been his word, for sure.
His word is his bomb.
No doubt about that one, bro.
Word up. So, hi, man. We about to wrap things up. We got Ill Kid coming up with the classics, and we got Sunday School with some old school R&B classics as well. So, get some shouts out, man, and and however you want to wrap it up, bro.
I'm gonna get a shout out to Casey Lemons. Shout out to Westmore, both Westmores, Cache Linthicum, LJ, Jahan, Jordan, Adawa Weaver, my mom.
Yeah, you can't
You gotta get moms, all my family, man. Groove City, Baltimore, everybody's been holding me down for these last years, man. I appreciate y'all, man. All the love and all support, man. For real. Hold on, we gonna get that. Trust me, it's a lot of things in the works for Maryland, man. I need y'all just keep your heads up, especially when you come home, man. Because you got all the ills that's out there that's looking to set you back. Just stay focused, man, and be a little more patient than you have been, all right? Be safe, man. Especially all the brothers in the joint, man. Keep your heads up, man.
It's yours. Yeah. Sunday, fun day. Turn your radios up. Donni-Oh, J-Mo, are you ready to what? 97.5, ItzYours Radio Live. From 4 to 7, you can chill before it's back to your job. You decide on your Sunday moves so you can cool out and groove out to Sunday school. If you coming from the sand, stuck in OC traffic, Ill Kid, the mixtape boss with OG classics. Anything from BDP to DOC. And of course, taking the sports break with POV. You get the news, it's real, don't ever get it confused. If the word is in the street, we'll definitely bring it to you. Get in tune, Mr. Whitlock, Sheriff Dave Clark. They both blind, that's the reason why they stay lost. We for the people, that's the reason why we stay truest. Look at the coons, always trying to dance their way through it. If you got bars and send them in, just make sure it's clean and illa, give it a spin. If it's hot, then it's here. If not, it's gotta go. Hip hop and neo soul, J-Mo and Donni-Oh, let's go.